Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Saturday. Welcome in Heave and Chris Hand, both with the Go Duke and the Let's Go Duke in chat. This Kansas Baylor game is going over, although it's a pretty good game. It's gone back and forth a couple times here. So I think we've got a bit of a delayed start. I did see our game pop up just for a second, although now I can't find it. So where did it go? Huh. See, for once in the last bit of games, I am actually on time and ready, and ESPN is not. And I do not want to watch golf right now. That is not what we're going for. So I literally saw it. Ay, ay, ay. There is. What the heck? Yeah, right? It said available on the ESPN app. I don't see it. I actually saw a picture of Kyle Filipowski for just a second. Actually, I know how to do this. Yeah, Kansas and Baylor still have 7 minutes, but they're not actually like that game won't actually like the game will start. Our game will start in 2 minutes. Actually, it's got a 6:05 tip time at the moment. So yeah, they only ever schedule like the games in 2-hour blocks. Welcome in, Chalk fan. By the way, they only ever schedule in like 2-hour blocks, but they never account for the fact that like there's like the games will go over, especially because I think this was game day. But in any case, like you'd figure, yeah, okay, so the first half is 45 minutes, and then you have a 15-minute halftime, and then the second half is another 45 minutes, and then you have 15 minutes between games. But that's like never how it actually ends up like working. So can be seen on ESPN. Oh, it might actually be. Oh, we might actually have it on ESPN News. ESPN News. ESPN News. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we'll actually get like a live start here. So all right, we're ready to go. Syracuse is a bit of a hot team at the moment, folks. I mean, this is we we need to basically win out here, all right? And actually, I was talking with a couple Duke friends today who were saying what the committee should do when actually evaluating our seeding is take the Virginia game and count it as a win, or at least like not count it against us, because that would probably up our seeding quite a bit. So Syracuse, who just beat ranked NC State here in the Carrier Dome, they were well, it's not really the Carrier Dome anymore, but I'm still going to call it that. They were losing at halftime and then came back to win. And so they've rattled off 3 straight wins after 3 straight losses. For those of you also keeping score at home, UVA has gotten insanely fortunate over the last 3 games. After the theft of our game, they've beaten Louisville by 2 points to avoid that massive disaster that was at Louisville. And then earlier today, they beat Notre Dame in UVA by only 2 points as well. So like, just UVA has gotten very fortunate lately. But here we go. So we're ready to roll here. Greetings, everybody. You can just keep up with the game. Not the race playing for now on the TV. Yeah, no worries, Timothy. We will keep you up to date. The 5 on the floor for Duke are your standard 5 with Mitchell, Lively, Filipowski, Roach, and Proctor. And Syracuse will control the opening tip-off here. And I believe it is on the ESPN app, actually. I just had it up. I can see if I can link it out to you for a second. That's a Syracuse turnover as Proctor is in transition, but Duke does not want to play 2v2. Actually, we could have had an open 3 here. Still might. No, a nice extra pass there to Mark Mitchell on the right, and that's going to be an offensive rebound by both Filipowski and Lively. And, of course, Mark Mitchell with the huge shot in the last game to really kind of set us up here, and Proctor turns it over. So both teams turned it over once here in the early going. I think it was going to be on the ESPN app, and then they moved it, although if there is somewhere to be, it would be, as Proctor's got 3, actually. Like, the ESPN link is here. Like, that is like, if you have ESPN, watch ESPN, that's the link for the game, although it's currently on ESPN News, so my guess is if you go to the ESPN News channel, you'll find it there. As we've got Jesse Edwards for 2 on Syracuse, and Proctor gets 3 for us. So, interestingly, this is the first time we've really faced like a zone offense, right? So Mitchell going, and Mitchell should get that to go. He does. It's Kyle Filipowski that is standing in the middle of the zone, which is a bit of an interesting play, as usually you have like a turnaround, like a mid-range jump shooter there. Like, oh, that's a nice defense there by Filipowski, and another turnover by Syracuse. Their second so far today. And Proctor's going to be alone in the corner. That's a wide open 3 that misses. And Mitchell there with the rebound off to Filipowski. One extra dribble, and Filipowski lays it nice off the window. And it's 7-2 here, Duke in the early going. Kentucky with the upset over Tennessee in overtime. Ooh, that was a must-win game for Kentucky, honestly, because they're like definitely on the bubble. So, and they were at home today, actually. So they had to win that one for sure. Lively here playing defense on Edwards, and actually he's going to get called for an early foul, which of course I don't particularly agree with, but and let's see, the possession arrow is actually to Duke here. Yeah, and then the Kansas is up 15 on Baylor after they basically flipped the game on them because they were trailing at halftime, but they've just come out of the gates in the second half. They were very, very good. So still a bummer that we couldn't have closed out that game. But knowing that, you know, Kansas, how good they are, knowing that we were basically in that game till the very end, I mean, should make you feel better about how these guys are doing. So I just use Roku, so I'll have to wait. Oh, interesting. That's unfortunate. Well, it should be in the Discord, or might not be right now, but Lively gets rejected actually by Edwards, who had decent post position there. This is Girard, who seemingly has never graduated from Syracuse, although he's now oh my God, and Roach is going to get called for a 3-point foul. Yes, Joe Girard will go to the free throw line and hit 3 automatic freebies. Still waiting for this dude to graduate since God knows when. Since, I don't know, 2015. I feel like he's been playing since I was in business school. You know, he's a senior right now. He probably gets a graduate year too. Why not? And he gets 2, and I'm just going to give him 3 points because it'll probably be automatic anyway, as Lively is out for the time being, and Ryan Young comes in. And I don't think that's anything other than just the normal sub-ins there, and 7-6 after the 3 Girard free throws. Kind of funny to see John Shire and Jim Boeheim on the sidelines, and it's not like it's always been Boeheim and Krzyzewski. Proctor into the paint here. Now Roach back to Proctor, getting us to Ryan Young. Back out to Proctor with 5 seconds on the shot clock, and now he's got to move. So Mitchell's got to make it happen. Actually, Roach is going to have to make it happen. That 3-pointer is no good. And the defensive board did the Syracuse orange here. Not much happening on that particular possession. it really seems to me like we're going to need either a transition game like we had in UNC as rebound to Duke. Yeah, rebound to Duke here. Yeah, Timothy's saying that Texas barely squeaked by Oklahoma. I mean, at this point in the season, right, like teams, even the not so good teams, are like trying to make a case for themselves. Even like teams that are like on the border, right, are like trying to make a case for themselves to get into the tournament. So especially if you end up playing on the road, it's a nice shot by Mark Mitchell. I actually like Mark Mitchell a bit more in that ACC logo area because typically that needs to be a jump shooter. And I think actually Roach is probably our best jump shooter, but he's a guard. So, like in the past, we've seen folks like Luke Kennard in that position. Of course, Paolo Banchero. That's great defense there by Duke, and that should be a foul. No, they're just going to deflect it out of bounds. And Duke will get it under the Syracuse basket when we come back. So, pretty good start here, 9-6. At least it's not a slow start for Duke. But yeah, I don't know, Chad. Who would you put in the middle of the zone? Because it's not like we have this like last year. We have Banchero who could just crab it rare and just start taking mid-range jump shots all day long. But like Filipowski can't. Filipowski's not really a jump shooter. Yeah, Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard is the man. Is the zone beater for sure. Mark Williams destroyed their zone last year from the inside. Another good option. Yeah, that was more like you can also try to like flatten the zone, right, and try to get the back line to play even farther back, or do you just get behind the back line? And I just like, well, Syracuse also just doesn't have the height to compete against somebody like Mark Williams, which they shouldn't have the height to compete against someone like Derek Lively either. In theory, he should be able to feast tonight as well, but he's right now on the bench with a single foul. So maybe if there was a game for Derek Lively to go off and score 20 points, maybe this one could be it. A lot of new faces at Syracuse, though. Also some injuries, which is why they seem a little short-handed there on the bench. They've got a lot of gaps to fill in, though. But yeah, they're right in there in the ACC. There's I was looking at the standings earlier today. There are 3 teams. So it's like the top 4 right now, right, between Miami, Pittsburgh, Clemson, and Virginia. And I think I screwed up the order there for a second, but there's the top 4, and then there is the next tier, which is basically us, Syracuse, and one more, and I can't remember who the other 9 and 6 team in the ACC is. Oh, it's NC State. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's NC State. And then there's like the next tier of teams, which is like Carolina down below and lower. Had me some late Longhorn Steakhouse today. Orlando, welcome in. Nice. So a little pregame meal there. Oh, I see. Timothy was asking what the pregame meal was. Chris Hand says Luke Kennard was not afraid when it comes to a shot that needs to be counted. Fire when, yeah. I mean, especially that sophomore year. Oh, DeMar Williams from the Buffalo Bills is in the house. That's an interesting one. That's cool. Got courtside seats right there. All right, so Duke gonna start with the ball here after the media timeout. Let's see, Filipowski gonna sneak himself into that ACC logo there to Proctor. Ryan Young, oh, no, good active hands there by Syracuse as Mitchell was trying to cut baseline, but Proctor put the pass up too high. I actually think if that was a bounce pass, that would have made it to Mitchell, and Mitchell may have had a dunk there. And Mitchell's got good position, but Proctor won't find him there, and Philip have to reset outside to flip. and Roach with 10 seconds on the shot clock. So this is now the second straight possession. Duke has gone deep into the clock, and oh boy, Proctor's just going to throw that one away. Duke looks really confused on offense at the moment without Lively in there. And Girard's going to bring this ball up the court here for Duke. Duke's defense so far pretty good, though, here for the first 5 minutes of the game. That's a foul on 25. They're going to call that on Mitchell. Okay. Keon, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody, here as we've got, yes, this is the 47th season for Jim Boeheim, then John Shire, youngest coach in the ACC. That's why I was like, it's kind of funny to like have the two of them there. Tariq Whitehead now in the game for Duke. Actually, our best three-point shooter is Tariq Whitehead. I believe he's like 9 for his last 12, something crazy. Oh my gosh, Grandison tries to feed the post, but he just puts it at the feet of Filipowski, and it turns into another turnover. That's 4 now for Duke, and 3 straight possessions where we really haven't gotten anything going to the basket. So Shire looking for a slightly different answer here as Mintz gets 2 on the dribble penetration. So yeah, Duke trying to flatten the zone right now. They got both Young and Filipowski deep on the baseline there, playing behind the back line of the Syracuse 2-3 zone, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. But actually, Ryan Young doesn't take the shot. Whitehead takes the shot. Actually, let's go back to 14-10 when we do our review here in a second, because that is, I'm not sure why Ryan Young actually passed it outside. As Girard's 3 is no good. It was kind of a wild shot. That's like a shot that reminds you of the Caleb Love. There's Ryan Young. He is going to not get it. Oh my God, and another turnover by Grandison, who just made a weak pass, and it's easy for Mintz to run up the court and get that for 2. That is turnover into transition. It's 10-9 Syracuse after that. That is awful. It's like we had like a good first 4 minutes, and now we've like completely fallen asleep on this thing. See, now the offense has changed to put Roach by the ACC, and now Filipowski's going to be there, and now he's going to turn it over as well. So it's another turnover fest for Duke here as Girard jacks up 3, and why not? So 2 straight turnovers equals 5 straight Syracuse points, and they're 13-9. This is heading south in a hurry here, chat, as we have scored a single point in over 4 minutes of play. As Whitehead looks to change that, and he will. But the script looks very similar to before. Duke just turning the ball over and over and over and over again, and basically digging itself a deeper and deeper hole. Syracuse can't score there, and like it's not like Syracuse is playing great either. We're just literally making awful, terrible mistakes. Flip going to go outside to Grandison. Grandison for 3. That shot's no good and can't come up with the offensive board. And that's Edwards that comes down with it. So Edwards really the only height for Syracuse. And Girard is fouled by Whitehead beyond the 3-point line, but it's not a shooting foul. And that's the 4th foul for Duke. There's only 1 on Syracuse. As Girard heads to the bench. And Mintz takes over the point guard duties for the Orange for the time being. Mintz now driving left, and looks like he gets cut off baseline. Finds Taylor over on the opposite baseline. That 3-pointer there is no good, and Lively comes down with the defensive board as Duke up the court. Duke's really got to push here before they can settle the Syracuse zone can get settled, and it's actually going to be a foul against Samir Torrance. That's his first. So I said we were going to look at this. Let's here. So let's look at the 14, because this is 2 points we just completely threw away. So yeah. Okay, so if you look at this here, you freeze it here for a second. So what I was trying to explain live as we were calling this, you got Ryan Young and you got Filipowski. The back line of this Syracuse zone is established basically like right here. All right, like I think this is Malik Brown is playing a little far up at the moment, but essentially the back line is supposed to be 1, 2, and then 3. All right, so both of our guys are essentially behind the Syracuse zone. They're trying to flatten it out. And they're like, and this is actually a pretty good spot here because now Filipowski is going to flash into the center, right? He's going to go into this area. Nope. He's going to go into this area of the paint. And if you get that in a pretty good favorable position, you can turn around and take a nice little jump shot, which he doesn't actually end up doing in this case, but that's fine because he rifles a pass into Ryan Young, who, like, I guess this pass has too much heat on it, but like, you're literally under the basket. Like that shot, like the shot fake was great. You got both Syracuse players up in the air, like turn around and jump it and dunk it, or like lay it off the glass on here on this left side. But instead you end up passing it up to Whitehead, who takes a 3. And I mean, he's been hitting 3s, but like that's a lower percentage shot. Like there's no need to actually do that. Like that should have just been 2. That should have just been an automatic 2. I don't get that at all. I don't get that one at all. It's a bad decision. I mean, it's a rare bad decision by Ryan Young, but like it's a bad decision. Syracuse, Mintz and Torrance are the 2. Yeah. Teddy, welcome in. He's saying, hey, I made it. Welcome. All right. All right, we're back on to the normal ESPN channel here. And yeah, we have 5 turnovers here in what, the first 8 minutes of play? We end up like averaging a turnover a minute. It's insane. Or a turnover every 2 minutes every time we're on the road. All right, let's see if we can pick it up here. So Duke's inbound here with Mitchell. And I wanted something aggressive out of the, okay, nice, Mitchell, okay, Syracuse cuts it off, but it was a good idea. We've been trying to get to the ACC logo and then do one pass farther down. Lively's been calling for an alley-oop like twice here, and we just like won't get it to him. I don't actually know if we can get the alley-oop to go. Here's Mitchell there, and that's a short-range jump shot's not going to go. Lively calling a switch there. No, either way. Yeah, Lively's calling for an alley-oop as we can't even get it anywhere close. The shot there by Benny Williams, no good, and the rebound down to the Blue Devils here with a chance to tie as Filipowski gets ready to check back in at the scorer's table, presumably for Grandison would be my guess. Grandison to Mitchell, and there's the lob alley-oop. That's what they were asking for. Yes, instead of taking the mid-range jump shot, just lob it to Lively. There it is. 2-pointer there for Syracuse by Mintz is no good, and the rebound to Duke, and now Duke out in transition. Oh my God, and Jeremy Roach dribbles it off of Mintz's foot. And it's just another transition turnover, man. Like, oh, Blue Devil, welcome in. Look, we actually have the Blue Devil in chat. Look at that. Nice, welcome in. Still no stoppage in play, so Filipowski's still at the scorer's table here. Let's see if they try to do it again. No, Whitehead's actually going to go for 3. That shot looks good. Nice shot there by Derek Whitehead. He's got 5 today. His 3-point shooting has been the best one for Duke, as Proctor has now joined Filipowski at the scorer's table. And again, if you need the game, jump into Discord for the subscriber-only watch party. Says that's the shot Mark was hitting last year to help us tackle that zone right inside the foul line. Yeah. Of course, Mark Williams had like a 70% field goal percentage there. Great defense actually by Lively. And is Duke going to recover this? Roach, oh my God, it's a scrum here. And Syracuse has to just hoist it. Is that going to be a shot clock violation as Duke's defense holds up there for the full 30? Ay, ay, ay. Like that play between Mitchell and Lively, it's like so Filipowski and Ryan Young tried that play themselves earlier, but Ryan Young couldn't convert it. But the Mitchell to Lively connection is the same play, which is exactly how it should end up with literally like a dunk. It should just be an easy dunk. And you got the two. You got Filipowski again. There's the turnaround jump shot. The problem is, like, that's not his shot, right? Like, Duke isn't – this is the worst Duke shooting team in 50 years. We are not designed to go and shoot mid-range jump shots against the team. That's not how we're going to beat the zone. I much prefer to try to get it over the top strategy. Shot here by Benny Williams. That's a 2. Yes, it's a long 2, but it's a 2 nonetheless, and that goes as we swing back and forth here, 17-16, in favor of the orange. So there's Lively. Now get it back to Proctor, and now Filipowski. So Filipowski out to Mitchell. Mitchell out to Derek Whitehead, and Derek Whitehead's got 3 again! Great penetration and kick out there. Actually, Jeremy Roach is on the bench, which is a rare sight. And it's literally a lineup of 5 freshmen on the court at the moment. Good help defense by Lively as he's currently playing Jesse Edwards as his main man here. And don't get that second foul, Lively. There's the help by Filipowski. There's the help. Oh my gosh, Edwards just puts it up and over. That was really good fight by Edwards, actually, 19-0. Hey, we forced the turnover. I mean, our defense hasn't been what's bad. Is our offense is like a mess. Is there's another turnover there as Filipowski tries to feed Mitchell in the post, and he can't get that to go. And here's Benny Williams for 3. That's short, and Proctor comes up with that rebound. Whitehead is going to have a 20-point night. He's on his way. He's got 8 so far tonight. Okay, here's Filipowski, and there's the turnaround jump shot again. Short. Not the shot. Unless he really dials that in, I would just much prefer to take it to the rack. Just put the ball on the deck and go. Like, there's nobody in front of him. What's that, 740, 750? We'll take a look at that at the next whistle. I think we're just taking the shot selection isn't that great. Although, like, I kind of see, like, I understand why they're doing it. I just don't agree with the game plan. And we have a stoppage in play as the ball is deflected out of bounds by Syracuse. Okay, so okay, 17-7. Okay, so this, I'm pretty sure. Okay, right here, like. I think so. Filipowski is like he's gonna turn around and take this. Oh, this is interesting actually because Taylor goes up to cover. So if this is a shot, like if he turns this into a shot fake, I think he dribbles this and forces number 5 here by Syracuse to make a decision, which is either going to be to help up here, or to stay on his man down here. And if he helps up, I think you get this pass to Lively. I think you lob it. I think this is a lob to Lively, honestly. Like why wouldn't this be? I'm not sure this contested, slightly contested, like, and it just winds up short, right? Like, I don't know. I don't agree with it. But it's like John is trying to play this as if he has, like, you know, these like ace mid-range jump shooters, but he doesn't, and I'm not sure I'm in love with the game plan. But either way, it's 19 all here. As we've played about 13 minutes of this first half. Decent back and forth. If it wasn't really for the Duke turnovers, you know, we'd be in much better shape than what we've got here at the moment. But, of course, we're up to, what, 8 now? 7. We're up to 7. We're up to 7 turnovers. And Syracuse has 9 points off those turnovers. I mean, it could be worse, right? Syracuse turned over 4 times. We only have 2 points off theirs. Then Syracuse has also been able to score like in the open court and just get fast breaks. So like, actually Duke and Syracuse have had the same number of possessions. Duke has 1 more shot. See, that's incredible to me. And we've actually kind of winning this thing where we're keeping ourselves into it from the 3-point line because we're 3 of 8 at the moment. Where was my notes here for a second? I had the yes, here it is. Dariq Whitehead has made 9 of his last 13. I said I thought he was 9 of 12. He's 9 of 13 actually from 3-point range, and he's 2 of 3 tonight. So he keeps getting that. And yes, he is the best 3-point shooter for Duke, almost at 40%. If you probably add the ones from tonight, he probably gets. It was 39.7, but it's probably right there around 40. So. Anyway, welcome in everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. As we've got our Blue Devils here on the road in upstate New York in a battle with the Syracuse Orange, which we know it's going to be a battle. Syracuse tied with us here in the ACC. Yeah, Duke on the road has not been good. Yeah. We're undefeated at home though. Is actually, which is always a positive. You always want to stay. You always want to play well at home, especially for all the fans. There's Filipowski in the middle area again, although we can't really get it into him. And there's the screen. So we got 4 seconds on the shot clock. I'm not sure Proctor realizes it. Grandison realizes it though, and he hoists a 3 and it goes. Grandison's had a bit of a hot hand of late, actually. So far, Duke is 4 of 9. And you can also shooting the zone to pieces is a very viable strategy. There is Filipowski, great defense against Brown, and now he will pick up a foul called against him, and that was Hema with a foul. And Filipowski is rewarded for his efforts. GPD 8, I got 1K subs. Nice, man. Congrats, dude. That's huge. Yeah, so far, Duke, 4 of 9 from 3. So the 3-point shot doing well for us here. Filipowski is in a bit of trouble, and actually they're going to call a foul or a held ball, but possession will stay with Duke. That's going to be a held ball, so that next one is going to be Cuse. Yeah, we definitely need this. Actually, we also want UNC to keep losing. UNC and NC State tomorrow. It's kind of weird to play on a Sunday, but Fun fact, UNC hasn't won a single quad one game, so they have no good wins. Oh, beautiful shot fake by Jeremy Roach. It should have been an and one, but he will go to the free throw line for two. And Hema picks up his second, actually. Oh, it was ouch. That shot was halfway down. Roach here at the free throw line. Yeah. Yeah. You know, if you're a betting person, man or woman, you would look at tomorrow's NC State UNC game, and you might bet Carolina, honestly, just because of like if there's a game that Carolina really needs to win, it's that one, and like they might actually show up for it sneakily. As Duke has opened a bit of a 5-point lead. Oh my goodness, what a rejection by Lively, who gets it out to Proctor, and it's like an actual pass, and Proctor drills it for three. Oh, tremendous. That might actually be one of the best plays we've made all season. Timeout, Syracuse. Oh, man. What? Duke on an 8-0 run here. Wait a second. Let's go back and look at that one again. Okay, that was insane. So, good Lord. Lively is just going to spot this one up here. Gerard's got to pass this one off. Oh, get out! Get out! And then I like how Proctor just steps into this in rhythm, in transition, takes it. It's actually a wide open shot that goes down. Like, that has got some swagger there. Ooh, baby. If that play doesn't charge you up, you got to check your pulse, man, because you may be dead. Like, that was tremendous. That was incredible. So Duke opening an 8-point advantage here. Let's see if we can make it 10. Yeah, it's an 8-0 run in the last minute 15. You got the three by Grandison, the two foul shots by Roach, and then that massive block by Lively, who's like, again, defensive plays by Lively just completely changing the game. And actually, Lively just got away with a foul. It's actually a Syracuse turnover. I think it was a bit of a hand check there. And we're going to go over the top. No, we're going to try for an alley-oop, and that's not good. I mean, good idea, poor execution. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Saturday for those of you just joining us here. If you need the game itself, jump into Discord. The link is in the description of the video below. And we're going to call a foul on Proctor? What? Why? That's the lamest foul yet today. That is awful. As Gerard restarts, Proctor almost gets his ankles broken. And then this is Edwards. Definitely not in his comfort area there. And then Mintz. Mintz is going to force that one in. He's got 8 so far. It was a weak foul. I don't even they said Proctor held him, but Proctor's trying to fight through a screen. I don't know what he's holding. Grandison's three-pointer is no good, but Lively actually comes up with a huge offensive board right outside to Roach, and that goes down for 3-2. One of the best times to take a three-point shot right after an offensive rebound. Roach was wide open. Duke has been open from 3, and the difference today is that Duke has been hitting them as Roach hits the deck, and that's over to Mintz, and Syracuse somehow keeps this ball alive. And hand in the face, good defense there by Roach as Chris Bells fires an air ball. And that is another turnover by Syracuse. Now, let's not get too excited, Duke Nation, though, because remember, Syracuse was down 9 to NC State at the half in their game on Tuesday, and they came back to win in the second. So there's no such thing as a safe lead here. Filipowski going to drive on Edwards. Kick it back to the side of Whitehead. Nice. Okay. Now over to Roach, over to Proctor. Get this to Lively. Good. The ball is moving in the right direction. Whitehead going to take 3. That shot's good too. Oh, and it's raining 3s in the Carrier Dome, ladies and gentlemen. 12-point advantage here for the Blue Devils, who I don't even need to look at the stats. I'm just going to tell you, have never shot better from 3 than they are shooting today. Because if you've been watching all the games with us here on the channel, you know that it's been a struggle this season. As it's another Duke turnover, the defense comes up. Oh, a beautiful pass from Whitehead to Filipowski. I might cry. This is such beautiful basketball right now. And it's another timeout by Jim Boeheim as Duke has opened a 14-point lead. I mean, this is the Duke team that you've been waiting for all season. Like, come on, this is insane. This is beautiful. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. I mean, you go. This is just classic Duke defense. I mean, and it's not even that Syracuse is a bad team. Like, look at this. So here we go. On this particular one, so Girard. Proctor's been playing Girard tough all day, by the way. There's Lively that scoots over. And then Lively maybe gets away with a foul there, but you know what? Don't call it. Great. So the ref swallowing the whistle. Oh, what a beautiful play. Look at the hustle by Filipowski, the vision by Whitehead. I mean, come on. This is wonderful. This is wonderful right now. If you're a Duke fan, you're enjoying this. Because, like, we've been suffering all season wanting to watch Duke play fast, loose, in transition, being aggressive, you know, running downhill, and now we finally get it. Like hitting shots, like, yeah. No, Tony, you misheard that. I said if this doesn't get you excited, I don't know how. You need to check your pulse, is what I said. It's the opposite. You should be excited because this is fantastic. I mean, we started pretty slow, honestly. Like, let's look at the. So what when we check the stats at like the 13.5-minute mark, that timeout, we had 7 turnovers. We still only have 7. I think we still only have 7 turnovers. I may need to refresh that actually. No, yeah, we have 8. Okay, so we had 1 turnover in the last 10 minutes. So we turned the ball over 7 times in the first 8, and then now we've only had 1 turnover since, and it's been much, much better. Duke 11 assists on 13 made buckets is insane. And I mean, that's the team basketball that we've been waiting to see all season. Nicholas Jackson, hello, welcome in. Welcome. The Smith effect sank NC State for Syracuse. The full timeout here for Syracuse. Actually, got to charge them another one. That's they're down 2, as we've got. I think the foul situation is actually correct. 5-3 personal fouls. Syracuse. Yeah, that's right. We got that. We're good. This team can take off in the span of 2 minutes. They can also have 6 turnovers in 2 minutes. Yeah, I mean, like, they just, like, fall asleep for, like, not – I don't know. I don't know. They finally – like, that was the thing we were talking about, right? Like, I think I even mentioned earlier, like, I would like to see Duke try to beat this zone down the floor in transition. Like, if the zone never sets up, you never have to worry about, like, going deep in the shot clock and beating it. Now, what's really helped us is the fact that we've hit outside shots, because those mid-range 2-pointers were not falling for us, but the outside shot has gone for us, because we're currently shooting 7 of 13 from 3 for a 54% overall, which is right there with the entirety of our, and we're actually we're only 4 of 11 from 2, so we have a higher 3-point percentage than we do a 2-point percentage right now. Yeah, it is 4 fouls in Syracuse. Cyril Fluke. No, I mean, this is still a good team, right? Like, we gotta, like, you gotta keep going here. Keep going. Whoever said Tariq Whitehead was set for a 20-point game tonight is probably should have bet that. He's got 11 points and 5 4 or 5 field goals. He's 3 of 4 from 3. Continues to be our best 3-point shooter, actually. And that would make him 12 of his last 17? 12 for his last 17, yeah. Oh, tough turnaround jump shot there by Taylor. That's just a brick, and it's rebounded defensively there by Lively. And Filipowski is now going to shoot 3. Why not? When it rains, it pours. Everyone is drilling threes, and Filipowski's got 7. And everybody on Duke is smiling right now as they've opened a 17-point advantage here with 2:45 to go in the first. Great defense again by Lively. Taylor thought about the 3. Duke closes out and deflected again by Lively. Actually, just straight up blocked. So it wasn't even deflected. In transition, oh my, Roach should have taken that one. He's actually going to go straight to the rack, and that should have been an and 1, but he's got 7 points. Duke cannot be stopped right now as we are up 19. I mean, to be honest, I thought this was going to be close. I thought, it is a 21-2 run in the last 5 minutes of gameplay. And maybe it still might be close because there's nothing to say that they can't just flip the game and do this to us in the second half. As Gerard over to Edwards. Gerard trying to split the double team there at the top, and now Lively. Edwards gives it back up, and that's another Syracuse turnover. The interior defense for Duke between Lively and Filipowski has been sensational tonight. Duke cannot get anything going. Syracuse cannot get anything going down low. Filipowski should get it outside to Whitehead, who was wide open. Actually tries to lob it to Lively, and now kicked back outside, reverse, and that's going to be a foul on the floor by Roach, his second, as Chris Bell was in the open floor. That stops the Syracuse transition. It's a good foul. Yeah, Edwards can't beat both of our bigs. So this Filipowski, latest one on the floor, they didn't quite work as the alley-oop, but he also had Tariq Whitehead wide open for 3. And he missed him. He had him on the right wing. I mean, I see why you would go for the alley-oop. I would probably too. But it's there were other options too. As Mitchell comes back in the game. And remember, what really keyed off this run, I mean, the run started with a Jacob Grandison 3, actually. And there, Syracuse gets caught in the air, but Benny Williams will score on the broken play, as Syracuse finally gets a bucket after about 6 minutes of game time. Flip was so proud of himself for hitting the 3. Yeah, he was very happy with himself on that one. I mean, to be fair, he's had a rough couple. I mean, the game against Virginia was just miserable, right? Here's the box score. He had 0 points. And then Notre Dame, he bounces back with 22 points against Notre Dame, which we needed all of them, and now he's got 7 so far tonight. So I think he's still making amends for that Virginia game. Yeah, we made them work really hard for that broken play dunk. It was a bit lucky, I think, on their part to actually get that one to go down, to be honest. Yeah. It's a quick timeout, actually, by Duke. That's the kind of use it or lose it timeout of the first half. Let's see if they go right back to it. As Roach is on the bench right now, so it's Mitchell, Whitehead, Proctor. Oh, okay. Filipowski gets it back. Oh, it was almost a Duke turnover. Lively tries to get an offensive board, but now Syracuse out in transition, and it's an easy dunk by Mintz. He's got 10. All right, so here you go, right? That gets Syracuse back into it. Bit of a broken play, honestly. I mean, if you're Duke, all you need to do is just get it to the halftime. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5. Filipowski should think about 3. Whitehead should think about 3. Proctor now has to take 3, and it's a shot clock violation. So we just basically dribbled the ball around the perimeter for 30 seconds and did absolutely nothing. Shire calling out for 1 stop. And yeah, Duke has 10 turnovers in the first half, but is somehow up by 15 off incredibly good 3-point shooting We do not have a foul to give, so we're just gonna have to play this out straight. Let's not give them an easy, like, foul them on the 3 again or anything. And yeah, Syracuse will get the putback, and no, that'll be no, nothing. All right, so Syracuse. So what a 17-point advantage. Syracuse gets 4 back. We're up 13 at the half. I feel like a Duke player is going to break the rim one day. I haven't seen a backboard break. I don't ever know if I've actually seen a backboard break by Duke. I feel like Zion Williamson would have been the one to do that, but he didn't. Yeah, apparently the most we've ever made is 14 in a game. So okay, so we've hit the halftime here at 6:52. So at 7:07 we will resume play. 40 points at the half, yeah, and Syracuse currently with 25, which we'd hold them well underneath their average there. Sorry, 27. I don't actually know which one the last couple of points go to. Actually, I thought I had some slightly. My points were slightly off. Actually, Whitehead 276. No, yeah, actually that's right. Syracuse. Oh, Malik Brown's got 2. Okay, there you go. Whoops. Malik Brown's got 2. Mintz has, yes. Okay, all right, we're good. So everybody is squared away there, and the foul situation is still correct. Syracuse only had 4 fouls in that half. Duke only had 6. The game was rather physical, but I kind of like the refs just letting them play this one out. And the only person in foul trouble really is Jeremy Roach. I mean, he had 2 fouls in that first half, which is why he went to the bench early, or which is why he wasn't playing as many minutes as he usually does. Usually he doesn't even come out of the game. He's played 16 minutes so far in the first, so still the most minutes on the team, but slightly less than what we would have thought. Would be funny if they did that to UNC. Oh, did that at UNC. They broke a rim at UNC. All right, so that's the second. And this is foul 6, 4, wipe them out as we get ready to go into the second half. All right, so chat, what do you want to talk about here? We can talk some stats for you while we're waiting. What do you want to talk about? By the way, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome in. Thanks for joining us here. We do all the Duke games together. So if you're a Duke fan, you've found the place to be. Make sure to jump into Discord if you need the game itself. Otherwise, make sure to hit that sub button. Come back for Monday, actually, a huge game against NC State. Presumably still ranked NC State, assuming that they beat Carolina tomorrow and don't lose 2 straight. But either way, huge game against NC State on Monday. It's going to be our revenge game. Actually, we have 2 revenge games coming up. The game against NC State on Monday and then against Virginia Tech next Saturday. We'll be live here doing both of those games and having some fun while doing that. So, all right, Duke ends the half with 10 turnovers, which is way too many for I just can't believe that we're like every time we go on the road we end up having these like 20 turnover games, and like you get to the tournament and like right now we're slated to be a 9 seed, which means we play who exactly? We play the 8. It's an 8-9 matchup, right? That actually wouldn't be too terrible. Nicholas Jackson, I'm a huge diehard Duke fan. Nice, Nicholas. Hey, well, welcome in. Great to have you. Great to have you here. So, yeah, if we were a 9 seed, we'd play the 8. So it's kind of like a team, like comparative team, right? It's like a toss-up game, and then you end up playing the 1, effectively in your bracket in the second round. But like, we can't go into the NCAA tournament and like just throw away 20 turnovers like in the game. It's just not gonna fly, guys. Not gonna happen. So yeah, Duke's largest lead was 19 there in that first half. We go into halftime up 13 with 12 assists on 15 made buckets. Despite the 10 turnovers, we still have a positive assist to turnover ratio because we've been helping each other out so much. And somebody had pointed out the rebounding disparity actually in chat. Right now it's 19 rebounds for Duke to only 10 for Syracuse. And it's only 2 offensive boards. So Duke just cleaning it up on the boards, which we thought they like it makes sense, really. It's just Jesse Edwards, which is number 14 for Syracuse, that's got the height on that team. Wife got you tickets to the Virginia Tech game next week. Chalk Fan 91, look at you, man. That is awesome. Send us a picture from the game. Congratulations. That's exciting. Nicholas says he has a tattooed Duke logo. That is intense and hardcore. I would rather see us be a 7 or 10 than an 8-9 game if we can't get a better seed. Yeah, I mean, obviously we have a lot of opportunities to improve that ranking, right? We have also opportunities to throw that one away and make it worse. But like NC State, we beat NC State, we beat Virginia Tech. Like those are two quad one wins, right? Those would be huge. The North Carolina game, it's like I don't really think it matters in the grand scheme of things. I mean, obviously we want to win it, but like if UNC keeps losing, then like a win or a loss there doesn't particularly matter. And if if UNC isn't a tournament team anyway, then as far as the tournament seeding goes, that game won't really have major implications until we get to the ACC tournament, in which case you got to win that first game to get into that second game, because there's no way we have a bye, right? So like that second game is going to put you up against a pretty like a tournament team type opponent. And that's going to be a big game to win. So then winning that second game of the ACC tournament and then making it to at least the semifinals probably sets us up really nicely. Do you think we get 5 teams in the tourney this year? I think I had briefly seen the chart there that, I mean, clearly the top 4 teams in the ACC are in. And then there was a couple other ones. There were a couple others as well. I don't think NC State is currently a top 4 team in the ACC, but I think they get in probably, and then Duke. So you got maybe 6, I think, by my count. Have I heard of Bang energy drinks? Yes, I have heard of Bang energy drinks. I have never had one myself. I don't really do the energy drink thing, but yes, I have heard of them. Looking through a couple of the other stats, I mean, the other big one that stands out, obviously, is the 8 of 14 shooting from 3, right? That's 57%. Syracuse is only 1 of 6, but they are 4 of 5 from the free throw line. And actually, this is looking Big 12 slated to get as many as 8. I mean, Big 12 has been a very strong conference, right? Like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. They kind of end up beating each other. So yeah, Kentucky really puts the hurt on Tennessee there. Wins by 12. So actually, so Clemson right now is in the first 4 out. Interesting. They still have to play themselves in, despite the fact that they have a very good ACC record. And that kind of just goes to the scheduling, right? Like the strength of schedule in the non-conference for Clemson just probably not up to par. So. Who was saying there was a big hockey game in Raleigh? Is that the outdoor game that they were just previewing there with the Hurricanes? That's kind of cool, playing hockey outside. That I'm a fan. I gotta say I'm a fan of that. Although, is it actually cold enough in Raleigh to do that? What's it like? It's like in the 40s, 50s. I actually have Durham weather on my favorites. What is it? It's 44. I guess that's cold enough to do an ice skating rink. That's cold enough to do an ice skating rink. Yeah, 45. When we beat UNC a few weeks back, I took the pleasure of burning a UNC shirt. My tradition. Chris, do you have just a stock of UNC shirts in the closet that you like? You're like, oh, I'm gonna burn this one today. I think for the UNC game, however, I will have the UNC Ram, the dog chew toy, that will be here, that Ash, our puppy, can eat. I was just there like 20 minutes ago. Oh, Heave, Interesting. Clemson choking by 20 to UNC didn't help their tourney chances. Yeah, I mean, especially like you lose to UNC, it's not a good loss. But yeah, you're right. It was a huge choke. Huge choke. Oh, Heaves says he was 20 minutes at the hockey game. Nice. Just checking a couple things. Okay. Good to go. All right, we're ready for the second half. Although I believe there's still like 5 minutes left. So, I'm going to grab more water. Okay, then they're showing the Virginia Notre Dame game. I am very upset that this Virginia squeaked away with this one. Oh my gosh, Notre Dame was at the free throw line for 1-1. Oh, with 3 seconds to go, and they couldn't tie the game. Unbelievable. Virginia escapes from the free throw line again. Unreal. You have no idea how happy it makes me to spurn something with UNC on it. Huh! Hey man, I'm here for it. You don't have to justify it to me. I appreciate it. All right, I'm ready to go. Let's see if this hot three-point shooting can continue. My guess is that we probably cool off a little bit here, just based on law of averages. But I mean, we have built ourselves a little bit of a buffer. We need to come out really strong here in the second half. These first 4 minutes here, we need to because Syracuse got a little bit of momentum, right? They finished. I think they finished the half better than we did. They've got 4 straight at right there to end the half. So we need to come out. We need to get the 4 back immediately, and then we can kind of just go from there. But yeah, we need a strong start to this second. So. The pup is going to town on his elk antler at the moment. He's giving me this look like, don't bother me. I'm having a good time. Okay. Refill on the water. Grab your snacks. We got a second half to go. Remember, Syracuse came back against NC State. Let's not find ourselves in the same position. And I'm sure John Shire is reminding our team of that in the locker room right now. It's going to be like, look, these guys were down at half on their home court earlier this week. They put on a really good second half. They can do the same to us. We got to stay hungry. Got to stay active. We got to limit the turnovers. We got to close this thing out. Don't forget, we'll be back on Monday for the much anticipated, actually not at all, game against Louisville. Snoozer, but that's okay. Although we cannot lose that game under any circumstances. Yeah, Baylor came out flat in the second versus Kansas and got smoked. Right. Exactly. The away team that was winning at half comes out flat, and the home team just runs them off the court. Fantastic analogy, and we just saw it happen. So. Okay. Yeah, so Duke on a 21-2 run after the game was tied at 19. That's the And Duke 19-10 in the rebounding margin, as Chad had called out. Duke leads the ACC in rebounding and rebounding margin. That's been our strength all season. Coach K was a master against his own, and Coach John has learned well from the master. I actually thought that they actually played it very poorly for the first 7 minutes, and it was really when they started going on that run. I mean, beating the zone gets easy when you can make outside shots. And Syracuse tries to go for an alley-oop right off the bat, and it doesn't go for them. It's a turnover by Syracuse, but it would have been an easy two. Duke kind of fell asleep defensively. Let's see what we got. Here, Proctor. There's a screen by Filipowski to Roach. And we've got 10 seconds on the shot clock here. And now great position there by Filipowski. He's going to have to go get his own rebound, but that goes down to Malik Brown. And now Syracuse pushing. I think the other key is that Lively needs to stay out of foul trouble. You saw when he went to the bench, we started having this back and forth game. He got that first foul and Shire took him out. And then for the next kind of 4 or 5 minutes, we weren't really that good, but then he came back in and we really started we locked in defensively. Although he can't come down with that defensive board. And now they're going to call him for a cheap foul. What? Oh my God. Just as we were talking about fouls on Derek Lively. God damn. Edwards going to put up a mid-range 2. You know what? I'm going to live with that. And it's actually going to be out on Filipowski, who couldn't corral the rebound. So Syracuse is going to get a third opportunity at this one on this possession. And they're going to scuff that, and it's out of bounds on Syracuse. It's another turnover. So managed to dodge that. I actually can't read Shire's lips right now. I'm not sure what he was saying. I was watching a Kansas game earlier this week. It was very easy to read Bill Self's lips. They were very profanity-laden. Filipowski going to put up a wild shot, actually. He is not going to go and can't get his own rebound there as Edwards brings that one down. Mintz is going to hoist for 3. That's good. And Mintz has 13, and Syracuse has brought the lead down to 10. And so 9 straight points for the Syracuse Orange. Duke, who is very happy with themselves there for a second on that run, now has Lively just drive baseline, son. Okay, Proctor going to go for 3 to try to get it back. That's no good. Filipowski with the offensive board here. Up. Thank you. And he's got 7. 9. He's got 9. Sorry. Of the offensive board, and here's Gerard for 3. They're going to call another foul on a 3-pointer by Gerard, and that's Proctor. And Gerard, I'm just going to give him 3 because, it's automatic. God, come on. the second time we've fouled Gerard on a 3 that would have missed, by the way. Whitehead comes back in the game, had an exceptional first half with 11 points. Yeah, and Gerard's got 3, obviously, and now the lead down to 9. Yeah, he's got 9 points and 1 field goal because he's 6 of 6 from the line. Like, you foul him on 2 3-pointers. I mean, that's what he does. Like, you got to know the scouting report, man. Come on. Mitchell, drive, baby, drive. There you go. 6 points for Mark Mitchell. Strong move to the basket. Lead back to 11. Vince working on Roach. Number 3 on number 3. Good defense by Roach. Duke's got to bring that down. Lively, that's a foul. That's a foul on Malik Brown. Absolutely. Lively's got that one, and it's a foul against Syracuse. Yeah, see what I like it, Mitchell there. That's kind of Mitchell's game, right? Is putting the ball on the deck, being aggressive and driving. Like, you get the ball that deep in the paint, you got to go for it. Oh, Proctor could have passed that up to Lively. I thought Mitchell's going to try to go for it, but gives it up to Whitehead for a 3. That looks like a beauty. Dariq Whitehead cannot miss from 3. Is unconscious. That's insane. 14-point lead now for Duke. And see, this is what we were talking about, that Duke has to really establish this early here, because Syracuse was on the verge of getting back into this, right? They got the lead down to 9. Now Duke extends back out to 14. There, really good defense here by Lively. Don't foul, buddy. Don't foul. Stay strong. Oh, great poke out. Great active. Oh, my gosh. What a cheap 2 points for Syracuse, man. What a cheap 2 points. I mean, Lively pokes the ball out underneath Edwards' feet, and Brown just comes up from behind. Is like, I'll take. Like, come on, man. His Whitehead for 3. That's actually gonna miss there, and the rebound down to the Syracuse Orange, and now Syracuse out in transition, but Duke has the defense back. Oh my God, they're gonna call that a foul. Lively, you know he's driving, man. That actually looked lazy by Lively, and it results in a foul. That's his 3rd. Orlando fan club. I love the emotes, by the way. Those are funny. What a cheap foul. What a cheap foul, man. I don't know, man. I don't see it. Like, I mean, Lively needs to be a bit more alert, but like, Min says 14 here as Syracuse tries to make it a 10-point game. I mean, I don't feel good about this lead at all, chat, to be honest. Like, if it was 20, okay, but like 10, I don't. Like, Syracuse has 5 points at the free throw line this half. We've just given away. Syracuse is making a living at the free throw line and finds itself only down 10. Like, I'm not feeling good about this whatsoever. Yeah, we've taken 2 free throws the entire game, which is like, I think Roach took the free throws. Mitchell on Edwards, over to Whitehead, over to Proctor. Proctor now driving into the paint. Great find, actually, Ryan Young down low. So Ryan Young was in the baseline. Proctor finds him. That's a fantastic play. Great court vision there by Proctor. We need to maintain a 12-point lead. Hey! That jump stop by Mintz? No travel there. Okay. Rebound to Syracuse here. Mitchell actually with the active hands as... Actually, sorry, number 24 was going to the basket. I do not have a 24 on my... Kadir Copeland, actually. Let's move that as one of the reserves, okay? Let's add 24 Kadir Copeland. There we go. Add him to the roster sheet. Yeah. All right, and we've hit the under 16 timeout up by 12. What was the halftime? So basically, we're basically the same, right? We've basically maintained. Yeah. You work for Harris Teeter, and it's funny seeing them be sponsors for Duke basketball. Hey, I loved Harris Teeter when I was down in North Carolina. Okay. There's one right there on 9th Street that I used to go to while I was at Duke. I loved the salad bar. The salad bar was great. I do miss it. Very convenient to shop at. And always great discounts. That Harris Teeter card was legit. But where I live, everyone loves NC State. Oh, Heave, you're in enemy territory apparently. It would seem, yeah. So. Yeah. All right, buddy. I think that's gonna be enough of the bone here. All right. You've enjoyed it. Time to put it down. Come on. Come here. Chalk fan. Kid goes to, at least she doesn't go to Carolina. At least your kid decided didn't go to Carolina. All right, we're getting back into it here. Chalk fan says he wouldn't pay for that. Spoken like a true Duke fan. If you want to go to Carolina, you're going to pay for it yourself. All right, we're getting back to it here with Syracuse on offense, and that's Mintz. They're not going to call a foul on that one. The turnaround jump shot from him is no good. It was no foul, just good defense by Roach, actually. And so Ryan Young's still in the game. For some reason, I now want to say Ryan Kelly, and I don't know why. As Roach's three-pointer is no good, close, but not quite. Like, I haven't said it all season, but now for some reason I like, oh, it's Ryan Kelly. No, it's not. Copeland driving, and now over to Mintz. Mintz over to Copeland, being guarded by Mitchell. And now Edwards. Edwards with the stop and start, and it's a turnover. And Mitchell has this running. Go, downhill in the open court. Oh, beautiful Euro step by Mark Mitchell. That was sensational. I mean, that's how you play transition offense, man. Look at that. Just sidestep the defender. Does not get called for a charge, by the way, showing some maturity there, a bit of growing up finally by Duke on offense. Oh my, Gerard almost got hacked. Actually, Ryan Young with a huge block on Brown. Got all ball. And now Proctor gives it up to Filipowski. Got hacked, but that's okay. Filipowski to Roach. I thought he had an open three. Filipowski will be the one who has the open three short. Offensive rebound to Roach. Step back jumper, good. And he's got 9. Little two-man game between Roach and Filipowski there. Kind of a little bit of a role reversal too, honestly. And we have a timeout by the Orange. Yes, we do. That is Their second to last timeout as Duke has opened up a 16-point lead here. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Mark Mitchell once again really strong with the strong move, and then Ryan Young with a very nice defensive play coming in here for Derek Lively, who's on the bench with 3 fouls. Teddy Boyce is about time. Yeah. Hey, buddy, come up. Come up here. Oh, there you go. Here we go. Chat, it is Ash's 8th month birthday today. He is 8 months old, aren't you, buddy? 8 months. I should go get him like a special treat today. This little fluff ball. It's been keeping me busy for over half a year. It's a pretty good way to celebrate with Duke up 16 on the road at Syracuse. This is going to be a very, very good win, assuming we can hang on here. Is this doubling as a timeout, as a media timeout? I don't quite recall exactly when the clock stopped. 13:44, so it is not doubling as a media timeout. It's just a full timeout by Syracuse that they're taking their sweet time with. Kind of one of those dog cupcakes. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think he deserves it, don't you? He's very huggable. Oh my gosh, so many commercials, guys. What in the world? Like, they're like intentionally slowing the game down here. Oh, put another minute of commercials in there. We got time to kill. I'm like, come on, guys. I gotta get on with my day. Let's get this win, go home, and get out of here. Duke, by the way, hasn't turned the ball over. No, that's not true. No, it is true. Duke hasn't turned the ball over yet in the second half. Syracuse turned it over 3 times. So Duke, through about 6.5 minutes so far, looking really good here in the second half. And currently leading 13-10, so the lead has been extended here after this late run. Or I should say this latest run. And Syracuse will bring it up the floor here with Mintz. And good defense there by Ryan Young. Good way to move your feet. Mintz being guarded by Proctor right now, and Copeland going to go for 3. That shot's short, and actually Roach going to come down with the rebound. Great box outs there by Duke, and it's another one and done for Syracuse. Yeah, Duke 50% shooting here in the second half. Syracuse only 22. Good kick outside by Roach as Mitchell tries to penetrate in the paint but can't. Now we got 10 seconds on the shot clock. Filipowski's in the bottom right corner kind of calling for it here, and ball will be deflected out of bounds by Syracuse as Proctor tried to find Mitchell in the corner. Kind of where he hit that game clinching, let's put it, 3-point shot against Notre Dame the other day. We're really hustling on that. Yeah, we're hustling on defense regardless, like just in general. Here's Roach for 3 from the Duke bench. Actually, offensive board, weak side to Filipowski, and a foul by Copeland, which is his first. So Duke saves the possession and still up by 13. Proctor back to Roach, 6 seconds, 5 now. Roach with the mid-range jump shot, and he's got that for a second. Yep, and he's got that for 11 points. Okay, Ryan Young called for a cheap foul. Okay. No reason there. And Mintz inbounding for Syracuse there under the basket. Pretty standard inbounds play, no real action off of it. Proctor, good communication to Mitchell to get that switch there. Now switching back. Okay, good defense here by Duke. There's 3 seconds on the shot clock, and it's winding down, and Syracuse will turn it over. Duke has just taken the defensive intensity to another level right now, ladies and gentlemen. You love this. You love to see this. This is like defense travels. Offense not always, but defense travels. And right now the Duke defense is really holding Syracuse down in front of what I think was supposed to be the biggest crowd at a college basketball game this season. Oh, great ball movement and reversal in and around. There's Mitchell again with a little jump hook. Actually, Ryan Young tried for the offensive board. Ryan Young, bodies on the floor, still fighting for it. And everybody on the floor is still fighting for it. And we're going to finally get a tie-up. Should give it to Duke, I think. Great hustle, actually. That's 11:45 to go. We've hit the under 12 media timeout as Duke will retain possession. I think, yes, on the jump ball. What I don't know is if the shot clock resets. Yeah, Young hitting the deck for that loose ball is fantastic. I mean, you're up 16, but like you're on the road and you need the win. Like he's put his body on the line for sure. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see that. That's old school hustle, Duke, right there. Jeez, I didn't know Tennessee trailed by 20 at half in that Kentucky game. They've lost 4 of their last 6. They are tumbling. 5th loss as a top 10 team versus an unranked opponent? What is like Tennessee just like falling apart? How long? This is a full timeout. This is a 3-minute commercial timeout. So you probably got like another 90 seconds would be my guess. Yeah, go feed the dogs. Go feed the dogs. But then tell us what kind of dog you have. Yeah. See, I'm finding like fluff everywhere because the pup has just destroyed this poor crocodile here. He's like eating the fluff out of the crocodile's mouth there. The crocodile has seen better days. Oh, a Doberman and a Lab Beagle mix. Ooh, big dogs. All right, we are back though, so hopefully Heave is back in time. As we get ready to go here, Duke to inbound, Grandison to flip, Whitehead calling for it. Yeah, okay, Whitehead will get it now, finally. We got 10 seconds to shoot here. As Grandison to Filipowski at the ACC logo. Flip's got to make a move. No, now back to Grandison. Grandison, who's already hit a 3. Actually, offensive rebound to Filipowski. Grandison was cutting. Flip gets him this time in the reverse lay-in. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Good idea, though. It was a good take by Grandison. I don't mind. He just didn't hit it. Like, what are you gonna do? So Syracuse held scoreless here for the last 5 minutes, and that's gonna be finally that's getting lifted as Gerard hits it. I thought it was no, it was Gerard. Gerard hits it there after Edwards screened off Roach, and Duke almost loses it out of bounds. You missed Joe Girard hitting a 3, but we didn't actually foul him because Jeremy Roach couldn't get to him because of a massive screen there by Edwards. Roach, beautiful feed to Ryan Young. Ryan Young, he's got 4 points here this afternoon as Duke maintains the lead at 17. Taylor gives it up to Mintz. And Mintz, gets caught in the air, but manages to get it to Gerard. Good defense by Whitehead. Mintz was going to take the shot. Now Roach gets screened off again, but Gerard's shot goes. Hits the back of the backboard. It hits the back of the rim, and it just dies. Oh, my gosh. Lucky. Timeout here by Duke. So that's 2 screens now that Edwards has set up for Gerard. I mean, it's basically the same play, and Roach can't get around them, and Gerard just opens up for 3. Oh, hi. Oh, you got your lion. Absolutely lucky roll. I know, like, it hits the back of the rim and then just sits there and then drops in. Like, come on. Like, that's... Yeah, so Virginia, Miami, Pittsburgh, Clemson, State, Duke, Syracuse. That's 7. And right now it's Clemson that's on the bubble. So right now it's like 6 tournament teams. And see, what makes this NC State game so interesting on Monday, right, is that like you literally, NC State's at 10-6. They have to play Carolina tomorrow. Like, potentially they could win that, but like, say they come in on Monday and we beat them at home, and then both teams end up with 11-6 records, and they're both tied, right? Because they do the home and away thing. Oh, what a beautiful play! Whitehead to Lively. Duke just way too fast. What a fantastically drawn up play by John Shire, actually. Calls the timeout after the 2 Joe Girard 3s, draws this one up and gets like, and just gets a layup, like, to go fast down the court. Foul on Proctor, his 3rd. Yeah. Oh, Girard has heated up. He has got 8 straight points for Syracuse. And now Syracuse still pressing here. And Duke just going to hold it back. So the lead is 14 right now. We got to keep scoring, though. There's Roach. You can take this, too. I don't know why you wouldn't, but okay. Now 5 seconds. There's the screen, and now we're in a bizarre spot here. Is Filipowski? Oh, Filipowski's going to take it and make it. 3-pointer by Flip. Huge shot. That had such slow rotation. It looks so awkward. He got 12 points and 11 rebounds as Mintz's 3. Oh, Mintz's 3 goes in. He's got 18. So between Mintz and Joe Girard, they're trying to keep Syracuse in it. And now it's got to be numbers here for Duke, and Proctor will go straight to the rack here. There were 4 Syracuse defenders just trailing Proctor as Duke beats the press. I was like, dude, you got to take that one to the rack. Proctor guarding Girard. Nicely done. Oh, gives it right back to Filipowski. Pass it to Roach. Pass it to Roach. Never mind. Take it yourself and get it out. Kicked outside of bounds. Oh, my. Flip. That's an easy 2. Just bounce pass it over. Like, go with the right hand. Bounce pass it around. That should have been a foul, by the way. That was and 1. That's a foul on Edwards on the Proctor play before. That is 100% a foul on Edwards. Just jumps into him. Tariq Whitehead gets it stripped as Proctor was trying to feed him down low in the post. See, the game has opened up now because Duke has managed to actually, with the press, Syracuse just doesn't get back to open and get set in a zone. So the game is really opening up, and Duke has been afforded these kind of runouts there. This is going to be off on Syracuse? No, off on Duke. Yeah, pass to Roach early. There's no need to hog the ball like that one. You're going down the court, and it's clearly a 2v1 opportunity. Yeah, this is a clear 2v1, and you just don't. I mean, let's. We have time here, right? So we can. I mean, you can take a look at it here. He just gives it to Flip. Even Dick Vitale. I did not hear this until I took part of my headset off. Even Dick Vitale says, no, Kyle, you got to drop the bounce pass, because he's literally saying, he's literally yelling, give it to me in the middle of that run out. For once, Dickie V and I agree on something. You have to pass that. You have to pass that. Because what happens? The worst thing that happens is Roach passes it right back to you. That was a bad play. That was a selfish play. They're gonna watch that tape. That's if you're on the sideline, you're recording that one. That's tape for Kyle. Yeah, he would have gotten it back for an easy or a layup, because he might not even need to get it back, to be honest, because look, the Syracuse defender is he's got is facing towards Filipowski, and he's got all his momentum going that way. What's the Syracuse defender gonna do? Turn his hip left? He's gonna fall over. It's not gonna happen. It's an easy layup. We just threw away 2 points there, but okay. All right, we only have to endure one more media timeout, chat. And then we're going to walk out of this JMA Dome, or whatever they've renamed it to, with a W here on this Saturday. 12 double-doubles by Filipowski leads all D1 freshmen. My goodness. Feastin', dude. Feastin'. So here it is. 7:37 to go. Duke by 16. Being an official has to be a workout and the hardest job to do. No, man. Being an official is not that difficult. They just manage to mess it up more times than not. Also don't run that much. I mean, like, there's 3 of them, to be fair. I suppose if the teams are running up and down the court in transition, yeah, sure. But, like, I mean, they run half the length. They jog half the length of the court, to be honest. Mitchell back to Proctor. So Duke now content. I see a bit of a change in the way that we're playing this right now. Duke going very deep into the shot clock now. Filipowski's is going to have to take this himself, honestly, and put that up. And that's going to be a foul on Hema. Actually thought that went into the bucket. Virginia Tech beat Pitt. Oh, wow, that's big. Filipowski hits that one, and he's got 12. No, he's got 13. So that Virginia Tech Pitt game, I think, was on at the same time as this. And Filipowski gets them both. That gives him 14. And he ties Dariq Whitehead for the team high 14 points here. Roach with 11. Syracuse actually, Mintz has 18 and Girard has 17, which is individually more points than Duke. But those basically the only 2 players that have done anything for Syracuse there. Malik Brown has 4, Benny Williams has 4, and Jesse Edwards has 5. And that's about it. As Syracuse, Girard puts that 3-pointer up, and it goes up and over the backboard, which is out of bounds, and Duke will inbound. A road win in the ACC is gold this year. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're about to get one here. And Syracuse with the press again, and Duke going to beat that there. And here's Roach. Roach just going to step into the 3, which I like the shot, and I love the result. It was Jeremy Roach now with 14, and we've got 69 points here as Duke has opened a 21-point lead. After, our season 3-point percentage is 32%, which is 12th best in the ACC, and I'm pretty sure there's 12 teams? 13 teams? Which is near rock bottom as far as the ACC goes. Tonight we're shooting 48%. It's tremendous, and it's really like the 3-point shooting just kind of really opened up the game for us here. Yeah, and forcing Syracuse to what? How did Mintz get hit in the face? We're going to have an official review that'll slow the game down a bit. Although they're going to probably look at this video for a while, yeah. They just revealed that the officials do get disciplined for Mr. Wrong calls. They just don't publicize it. Yeah. I mean, they should. They should get penalized for wrong calls. Yeah, I don't know. They're not going to have a really good angle at this, honestly. I mean, if the angle that they showed us on TV is the only angle they have, I just don't know. I mean, technically, if it's contact to the head or neck, then yeah, it should. Wait, what? That's the contact? Common foul. Okay. Common foul assessed to. Should be a common foul assessed to Filipowski, would be my guess, but interesting. Okay. They're just going to resume here as Mintz has to get checked out because he exits the game, which doesn't help the Syracuse cause here at all either. As we tick under 6 minutes. Taylor for 3, and that's no good there. Ooh, skying in for the rebound is Samir Torrance there, an offensive board, rare offensive board for Syracuse, as Joe Girard continues to hit from the outside. That's 20 for him. And Duke breaking the press again. Roach should just take this 3 again. And actually, Lively, it's a rebound. It's an offensive board by Lively because the shot was so short. And Raleigh Brown gets called for a foul, and that'll be the 4th one on the Orange. 10 offensive boards so far for Duke. Yeah, it looked like, yeah, he definitely did get hit in the face, but it was just like, it looked like it like grazed him or something. It looked kind of weird. So Duke up 18. Gonna give this to Mitchell. Mitchell with the lefty jump shot. No good. Yeah, basically the only play. Like, we just got to get the ball out of Joe Girard's hand. Basically, anybody other than Girard can take a shot. All right, but not Girard. Oh, nice block there by Lively. And that's going to be recovered by Duke. Should we just quit chucking first? Yeah, I mean, you could. Like, you know, we probably should. There's a turnover. This might be the first turnover of the half, actually, for Duke. As soon as my stats refresh. No, we have 2 turnovers this half. Okay, that was, yeah. But yeah, we're out rebounding Syracuse by 11 rebounds, and Torrance actually can't hit. That was a gimme, and that's going to be out on Syracuse. And now 4:19 to go, and Duke will inbound again. Shane, where's all the concern on key play while Flip has been getting mugged all year? Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, okay, Flip almost hit somebody. Like, that's a Chris Bell there with the foul, and that'll be the 5th foul on Syracuse. Am I the only one that can't eat during Duke games? Ah! Yeah, Mintz will check back in. Actually, I remember there was one Duke game. We were watching the national title game in the fraternity house in 2010. And, like, everybody was so nervous that, like, everybody had, like, of course we had, like, beers and stuff for the game. But, like, everybody was so nervous that, like, nobody was drinking anything. It was kind of like the oddest basketball game we've ever watched. It was like we were all so stressed out, especially down the stretch. We just, like, couldn't. There was, like, nobody wanted to, like, move. Roach is going to take 3, and he'll hit that one again. Jeremy Roach with 17 points tonight. And the afternoon as the threes just keep falling for the Blue Devils. You know, give it up for the Syracuse Orange, who's in the stands right now behind Jim Boeheim. He's trying to get people into it. You know, he's looking all friendly and orange. He just gave a high five to somebody. There you go. The mascot's still into the game. It's another block by Lively, and that's going to be a foul on Chris Bell. That'll be his 2nd as we've hit the under. Not the 23rd foul. As we've hit the under 4 timeout. I have to stress eat during some games. That I've definitely done before too. But that's why I try to populate my refrigerator with healthy snacks, because then I can't get anything that's not too, it's not too bad for me. So the Duke shooting continues to just be exceptional here this afternoon. I mean, we're just having one of those games, right? We came in, we've shot the lights out. In the first half, it was 8 of 14 from 3 for a total of 57%. From beyond the arc. In the second half, it hasn't been as good. It's only been 3 of 10 here at 30%, but still, actually, Syracuse has hit more threes in the second half, 5 of 10. than we have. And they've actually played us more even right now. 14 of 12 is the rebounding advantage to Duke here in the second. And so Syracuse also with 24 points to Duke's 29. So if you look at just the second half, we'd only be winning by 5. But it is kind of like one of those games where Syracuse got down by so much so early, and then you just kind of play the rest of the game even, and it just doesn't matter because you can never come back. So do pretzels and cheese dip count as healthy? I would say they're like somewhere in the middle. Um, if you got rid of the cheese dip and it was just the pretzel, you'd probably be a little better off. Or if you traded it for like some chips and hummus or something, you might be a little better off. But I think it's like it's in the middle there. It's not terrible. I don't think one of the Duke players that hit Mintz. Oh yeah, no, it was not on purpose, and it was not called the flagrant. So there was really nothing there. If you go back all the way to the first half, I was kind of sort of thinking about this. The lively, the whole Duke run, that 21-2 run. We said how it was keyed off by a Grandison three-pointer, but it was that next possession on defense, that massive block by Derek Lively that then sent us going the other way, that really kind of like sparked. And again, it's these like defensive plays that it's happened multiple times this year where Derek Lively just comes up with a huge defensive play and the game turns. And we used to have this with Mark Williams. I remember last year, Mark Williams used to say it was a Mark Williams block that like stopped a run or started a Duke like sequence for us. And it's really nice to see that like the defense is really sort of keying a series of plays here for Duke and really gets the ball rolling. Is that Clemson trailing? Clemson is only ahead by a single point. Actually, this Louisville game on Monday, by the way, is getting more and more interesting, given how Louisville has been playing of late. Like, they lost by 2 to Virginia. By all accounts, they could beat Clemson right here today. Like, and then they walk into Cameron. Imagine, like, they somehow, like, actually put up a fight. Like, oh boy. Monday night might get ugly. Like, it can't be one of those games that we just sleep on, and it's going to be like a cakewalk because the record is so bad. Like, do not take that for granted. Mintz has to give it up, and this is Brown, Malik Brown will get 2, and he's got 6. Actually, Filipowski's got 11 rebounds. Lively's got 8. Let's see if anybody else. Proctor 6 assists. Lively 3 blocks. I think we go the rest of the state of the game. Duke has 20 assists on 28 made baskets. At one point in the first half, we had 11 assists on 13 makes, or 13 assists on 15, something like that. Crazy, right? It's 20 assists on 28 makes. Yeah, that's quite exceptional. We've played really good team basketball today. This has been one of our better games, for sure. Especially on the road. We haven't done well on the road this season. And we didn't have the best start either, right? We had 10 turnovers in the first 7 minutes of play. And we all were like, "Oh god, here we go again." Like the Tyrese Proctor airball. Actually, it's a shot clock violation. Can our Duke mascot use an orange mascot as a soccer ball? That would be funny. You can kick the orange around a little bit. But yeah, look, we were all like, okay, in chat, like, okay, here we go again. Like, it's a road game, and Duke is just turning the ball over like crazy, and then we just locked it in. Oh, beautiful block there by Lively, and it's Filipowski as Jaden Shoot has entered the game, actually, as has Jalen Blakes. So 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go. We are clearing out the bench. With issues, he's wearing the wrong uniform. And Jaden Shoot hits from 3. Duke 50% overall, and Filipowski has another board there. Yeah, now we should just be taking 30 off the clock every time. Jaden shoot, nicely done, by the way. Great to see him. Oh, he might take another one. He was open. Oh my goodness! Derek Lively! What an alley-oop, like the reach! That was incredible. What the heck? Yo, like Lively goes like full extension, one direction to the other. Oh my god. Wingspan. Yeah. Woof. That was hateful. That's a good way of putting it. What a slam. My goodness, man. Gerard at the free throw line. He'll make these two. That's going to be 22 points for him on the game. But unfortunately, in a losing effort for him in Syracuse. Need to bottle this 3 magic for later use. Yeah. Well, it's a good game. I mean, if you're gonna shoot the 3 well, you want to do it against a team playing zone. So maybe we've just held off the entire season for waiting for this game to do it there. Oh, he actually missed one. Christian Reeves in the game, by the way, as is Max Johns. I think, yeah, 41. I think Shire and Duke need this kind of win, but on the road it's even more valuable. I mean, yeah, good win here for Duke. I don't think this is technically a quad 1 win, even though it's on the road. But no, I don't think so. I think it's squarely a quad 2, but still a good win nonetheless. Catchings? Oh, Catchings gets blocked. And we've got a foul on Reeves, number 21 in the game here, Christian Reeves. And it's going to be the 8th team foul actually on Duke, as Syracuse will go to the free throw line. I hope Duke gets some rest for Monday. Yeah, now we need to rest, go home, tune up for NC State. TRG, what a game by the boys tonight. Agreed. Agreed. They showed up. We showed up. It's funny because usually, like, we play really good, and then the last, we play really 30 really good minutes or 35 really good minutes of basketball, and then the last 5 are terrible, and we flipped it today. We played really bad 5 minutes of basketball at the start and really good 35 minutes of basketball afterwards. I guess the JMA Wireless Dome here. Duke with a win for the first time in the dome since it was renamed. Oh my God, Syracuse tries to go for a equally hateful dunk, and that doesn't come up. All right, that's going to be it. So we are good to go here for tonight. I don't know. What do you guys think for player of the game? Who are you going to give it to? Roach had 17 points. Tariq Whitehead actually had 14. Didn't actually go for his 20. Lively had some massive defensive plays. 4 blocks here. Just pulled away out of nowhere in the first. Yeah, I go back to that key Lively block that really energized the team. Duke's 700th ACC win, actually. Very cool. I think we are undefeated at home still. True. But we got to close that out because we got NC State and Virginia Tech, so we need to stay undefeated at home. We need 2 more of those W's at home. Almost at 20 wins too here, so I don't know. What do you guys think? We got Whitehead with 14. Lively had 8 rebounds, 6 points, 3 blocks. Whitehead was 4 of 6 from 3 too. Oof. On fire. Roach had 17 points on 6 of 10 shooting. Decently efficient there. 3 assists. Filipowski with 12 and 14 and 12. Yeah, winning out for sure locks you in, but I mean, you can't lose out though. Only 2 turnovers, 11 rebounds, yeah. You know, 3 assists for Whitehead, 3 assists for Lively, 6 assists for Tyrese Proctor, by the way. 3 assists for Roach, 5 assists for Mark Mitchell, and 0 turnovers to go along with his 8 points. I mean, Mark Mitchell quietly getting it done. Really nice there by Mark. Really nice game by Mark Mitchell. I liked his physicality down low too in the paint. Getting healthy, this could be reminiscent of Carolina's last year. Actually, you know what? We've only lost 1 game with the entire freshman lineup. It's true. It's true. We've only lost that Virginia game, which we should have won. That's the only game we've lost with the full Tariq Whitehead Lively complement in there. So, well, yeah, Roach, Lively, Whitehead, Filipowski, and Proctor. With those 5, we've only lost once. So, all right, folks, I gotta go. I'm late for a birthday party, so I gotta run. Many thanks again for everybody joining us here. Come back on Monday nights, an early game, 7 o'clock Eastern. We'll be live here at 4 o'clock Pacific time. But we will see you all on Monday. If you're new here, make sure to hit that sub button. Be back with us on Monday afternoon. And until then, go Duke. Great win this afternoon. See everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend and happy Sunday. Good night.